What up? What up? What up? What up? What up, everybody? Just online, just here. I never done like live as things are happening reviews before. Trust me, though I have on a dress shirt, I am not wearing pants. That is gonna be the first thing I want y'all to know. No pants being worn underneath here. What up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Gentle reminder, July 6th, we go back to see you in the morning. Y'all see it in the corner, man. We starting to do some branding stuff, getting some things together. So wanted to get people's opinions on the BET Awards while the BET Awards are still on. So I just gonna be 100% honest. I'm gonna be 100% on. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I'm gonna keep it very, very real. I ain't never really been a I ain't well, let me take that back. I have been in my day a big fan of the BET Awards. Been a big fan. However, I think I've outgrown it. I think that I've personally outgrown the BET Awards. I think that now it's a young man's game. It's a young man's game, and I'm not necessarily a young man, so it's not necessarily my game, and I get it, and I get it. However, comma, I tuned in to watch it. Now, one of the things that I did notice is I'm not sure Drew Ski's thing is hosting. I don't think that's his thing. That was the first thing I noticed, that I don't think that hosting thing is Drew Ski's thing. It may he does skits, he does those things. I think those may be in his lane, but I think the hosting thing may not be his thing. May not be his thing. Not saying he did a bad job. I'm just saying that it may not be where his strength is. It may not. The opening monologue, to me, I think I'm a big person on opening monologues when it comes to award shows and things of that nature. And I think the opening monologue left a lot to be desired. Now, I know the church is going to be mad. I know the church is going to be mad. And he ain't in no way is saying that he's a church guy. I don't even think he says he represents Christianity. But I do think some of the swipes at Christianity at this point are going a bit far. The impregnate you stuff, a bit much, a little bit much. I think those went far. I think those went a bit too far. But that's just me. Not hating on it, not saying it was good, bad, or indifferent. Just saying it was a little weird. Now let's get to what I really wanted to talk about. Being a VA guy, coming up at the height of growing up during the height of the D'Angelo madness, always doing videos myself naked. Hunt, you came down at the wrong time. Don't don't worry about that part. I remember when the How Does It Feel video first came out. When that How Does It Feel first video first came out, that thing was shocking. It took the world by storm. It was just D'Angelo butt naked singing about how does it feel. And in some ways, it even made every straight man a little bit gay. Even if you was straight as an arrow, just seeing D'Angelo greased up, spinning around, constantly asking how does it feel was questioning. No one knew the words to the song. You just knew he was standing around naked. Vernita said yes, multiple S's on that. It was cinematic. It was crazy. And I think the only thing that matched it was when Erykah Badu took all her clothes off in the window seat video. Those were competing, dueling nakednesses. And we needed that. Those were vulnerable times in our lives where we all needed the nakedness of both D'Angelo and Erykah Badu. So then they decided to do the tribute to him because he unfortunately passed away. Now, here's my question. I never understand why they don't get people of the same sex to do the tributes to these artists. When female artists or women pass, I don't understand why they always get male artists to do the tribute. And then the same thing with the D'Angelo. D'Angelo's a grown man, and the first 2 or 3 artists that they had come out do the tribute were women. So I don't understand that. Maybe there's some musical minds out there that can explain to me why they do that. Why they choose men to do the women to do the men. Then my man Duran, I always say Duran's name wrong. Duran killed it. on the song that is all expletives. On yeah, SDM. Now my surprise was BET let all the cuss words through. BET let all the cuss words through on on SDM. SDMF, they let all the words through. I was shocked. No longer is BET a family station. They could care less. You and your family gonna learn to cuss today. That's what y'all gonna learn to do today. You and your family gonna learn how to cuss. And if you don't know yet, you gonna learn today. That what BET said. You're gonna learn all of these. Overall, though, I don't think that they didn't do him justice because they didn't sing the hits. Now, maybe musically I'm missing out on something. Maybe the scenery is something, and I need people who are probably smarter than me to explain that to me. But overall, I think they missed the mark on this D'Angelo one. I think you didn't do Brown Sugar, Lady. Brown Sugar is what brought him in. We learned about D'Angelo on Brown Sugar. Want some of your brown sugar? That's where we learned him. That whole album, that D'Angelo album, that first album, that Brown Sugar album is probably a top 10 all-time album. It's a no skips. It's a no skips album. They didn't, and I appreciate him doing the stuff with the Vanguard because that was his band and all of those kinds of things. But when somebody go, you got to do the hits. They did songs. They went to the crowd. The crowd didn't know the words to the song. They put a guy on there. They were trying to see what he was talking about. He had absolutely no idea. He didn't know the words of that song. That's the only thing that I didn't like about it. I thought musically, I thought they sounded good, but they didn't do any of his hits. How do you do a D'Angelo tribute and not do Brown Sugar? Brown Sugar on that first album, you got Brown Sugar, All Right, Jones in My Bones, I Got a Jones. That Me and Those Dreaming Eyes of Mine, SDMF, Smooth Cruising, When We Get By was perfect for that set. It was a jab, boom, 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 boom. When we get by, man, come on, man. Lady, you didn't do Lady in a D'Angelo tribute. I don't understand. I can't. The first D'Angelo album is a no skips album, and you only did one song off that album. And that's what I'm in a tribute. You gotta do, even though we hope that Stevie Wonder lives forever. I don't know if there's a way that you can do all Stevie Wonder songs, all of his hits, but you gotta do Happy Birthday. You gotta do My Sharia Moore. You gotta do. If you do a Stevie Wonder tribute and you don't do Ribbon in the Sky, where was the tribute? Not doing Lady, not doing Brown Sugar and the D'Angelo tribute. We missed it. It was the only reason I turned on to the show because I don't know anybody else from this age. I think I watched the opening monologue. I didn't understand. I didn't rock with the Drewski monologue. It didn't fit my taste. It may have been great to some other people. And then I come back to see the D'Angelo tribute. No Lady, no Brown Sugar. No Lady and no Brown Sugar. Why? It's disinfectful. Disinfectful is all I'm saying. Y'all tune back in July 6th. See you in the mornings back in, as you can see by the top corner over there. You can see in that corner right there. We back on July 6th. We got so much stuff that we're adding to the show. You got to get in here, man. We're gonna have Wedded Wednesdays with my man Pastor Shy. Oh yeah, that's just me. We got stuff with my man Antoine Scott. He's gonna be in the building. Bernard Hines is doing stuff. We got all kinds of stuff, so the show's gonna be revamped a little bit. So y'all got to make sure that y'all are tuned in. We'll see you in the morning. Real talk, big laughs, better days. That's what we're gonna do. Comedy, coffee, and common sense. I did an AI flyer, and I hate AI flyers, so y'all know y'all got to show up. When they said there was a subpar. So they didn't do How Does It Feel, but the only reason, Dion, they didn't do How Does It Feel is because first of all, I don't think there's anybody else that could do How Does It Feel, and they started a tribute with How Does It Feel being sung by D'Angelo, which kind of gave me chills. Now, I ain't gonna lie, that part right there gave me chills. D'Angelo doing it, get chills. Maybe I'm an old head, but I wasn't feeling the tribute like I did for. It's because the tribute they didn't give you the songs you was looking for. The tribute didn't give you Lady, Brown Sugar. I want some of your brown sugar. You gotta give me Brown Sugar. You gotta let the diabetics feel it. The diabetics has gotta feel it. It's gotta be diabetic friendly. All right, I'm out for real, man. Y'all might watch the rest of the show, man, and y'all watch the rest of the. It's on my TV. I looked up. I saw people I didn't know. Y'all hit me up. July 6th, we back in the building. We are back July the 6th, 8 a.m. July 6th, 8 a.m. is when we're back for See You in the Morning. So make sure y'all are here for all of that. All right, July the 6th. The 6th of July. July 6th. We're back. All right, until next time, man. I'm out, man. Y'all be good. Make somebody laugh today, man. If not, why would you even hear?